Hey, how's it going? And welcome back to part 2 of my sound design tutorial in Sylenth. I'm going to run through on this one how to make one of the hard kick drums for my pack. I decided to split the tutorial into 2 because this one was a little bit longer, so I felt that 1 was too long. So yeah, this is the sound I'm going to be making today. So I don't think that Sylenth is anywhere near as versatile for making kick drums as Pt.2 or as Serum. However, I did manage to get a cool little kick drum out of it with a bit of processing, as well as you can see along the bottom. So I'm going to switch those off and initialize the patch, and then let's go. So essentially, the kick drum is all about the pitch sine wave. So the oscillators A and B are basically just sine waves. Voices of 5 just to kind of fatten up a bit. Detune up to there to about 3.5. Oscillator B also voice of 1. No detune. Stereo down on both of those. And then I usually just bring the release up a tad just to stop it clicking. Oscillator B2 I'm going to have as a square wave, which is a pulse, and just a voice of 3 for that one. No detune. And then I'm going to just shape this using the amp envelope. Also, on each oscillator, bring the octave down to -1 as well. Great, and then onto the filters. So both filters are on low passes, like that. On filter A to start with, going to bring the filter up, the resonance to halfway, and leave the drive. And then on part B, just going to turn the cutoff up slightly. So you turn the drive up on A, sorry. So once the filters have been done on both of these, I'm going to do the pitch envelopes via mod envelope 1 and 2. I'll start with 1 first, pitch A and B, bring the sustain all the way down, and then pitch up. Nothing will happen until I move this one here. You can start to hear it, that kind of feeling of like a kind of harder kick drum. And then also the same on pitch A and B as well. Bring the sustain all the way down. So with these kick drums, it's all about the pitch envelopes as to kind of the style of kick you want. If I adjust these down, we get a much kind of softer, more standard kick. And then add the distortion, which gives it the kind of the harder edge. Once I've done that, you can usually just readjust these until you kind of get the sound you like. Turn the warm drive on, you can play around with this as well. the key tracking up. That's pretty much it. Just add some EQ. Just add a little bit of bass in on that, and then compressor. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this compressor, but sometimes it just tames it slightly before you go through other effects. So that's kind of the sound design aspect of it. And then what I did was I just had an effects chain, a very basic one using the stock plugins just to kind of beef it up a little bit. Saturator to literally on the digital clip, and then just drive it to +4. EQ, I just added some kind of like mids and a bit of highs, again, just to kind of beef it up a little bit. So this is what it sounds like without, and then with. And then finally, I just added the drum bus, which just made it sound kind of a bit tighter, I guess, like kind of like almost like glued it together a little bit. It's going to tone down some of this. I think it's going to be a bit too much. If I turn those effects off, you can see the difference. It's just a bit bigger, a bit more driving in the mix. And, you know, after you've kind of got like this kind of the sound design right, you can then go back and just play around with the all of the envelopes really on both parts A, B, and the mods A and B as well. They kind of just help shape the kick sound you're after. And as a final thing as well, you can also add some white noise onto oscillator B. Just and here is what the final kick will sound like with a bass and some other elements as well. And there you go. That is very basically how I made one of the kick drum kind of patches in Sylenth. If you want to grab my pack, it's available from the description below. These are all the presets. There's loads of different ones: leads, bass sounds, other drums, pads, etc. Now you can also grab the demo template as well for Ableton, which comes with 5 kind of mini demos as well, just so you can kind of see what it's about. I'm going to do a way more in-depth tutorial on kick drums, mainly for the UK hardcore hard dance, using Pt.2 and Serum, which I still think are like a lot better. You can get much more, they're much more versatile, so you can get a whole range of different style kicks out of those. Anyway, I hope this helped a little bit for you guys, and enjoy. See you soon.